Okay, so welcome back to SwitchCorner. It's that time of the week again. 10 deals under $10 or your local currency. Watch out for our Saturday edition then, dropping in the next few days. Their budget doesn't matter at all. We're just looking for the very highest quality. Also, we'll be doing our weekly giveaway for two $10 eShop gift cards. With that though, hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here. Join our growing community and let's get started. So before we do kick this off today, you may be wondering, why is he showing footage for the recently released HUNTDOWN? That's not on sale, nor is it under $10. Well, that's because the kind folks over at Easy Trigger Games have given me a code to give away to one of you amazing lucky people. All you need to do to enter, drop a comment below with the last game you picked up and tell me, would you recommend it for the community here? I'll announce the winner for this one on Saturday's deals video, so just like 3 days away. I didn't want to keep you waiting too long to get into the fight. But now, let's talk deals. US, UK, EU and AU. As always, I have you covered today. Prices in the lower left of the screen if it's in your region, and this week we're kicking things off with Top Run. This one, it's an 80s infused endless runner with the occasional platformer element thrown in for good measure. Basically this one, the screen, your movement, that's all on auto scroll. You just manage jump, dash and then even fire floppy disks to either attack enemies or avoid them. Hit one and basically game over. While the core mechanics may be a little bit shallow, it's for sure addictive. Plus there's tons of reasons to come back to this one. High scores to beat, 100 objectives to complete, the ability to level up, multiple difficulties, even an apartment with like a Space Invaders arcade to waste some time on. Then I gotta say as well, great visuals and a stunning soundtrack. 50% off is well worth it. Pick up and play for 5 minutes every so often or just like sink hours in. This one absolutely just works for both. So now a truly budget title with Flat Heroes. This was actually recommended to me just a few weeks back, and after that time with it, I'm happy to give it my recommendation as well. Coming in with 80% off, this is a weird little game that absolutely deserves more attention. The idea here is simple. You're a cube and you need to dodge incoming attacks by platforming around or clinging and sliding down walls. It starts simple, but over its 300 levels, things do quickly ramp, and this is one of those games I find myself, coming back to with the intention of just spending like 5 minutes with it, and then before you know it, an hour has passed. There's just so many different things with this one pulling me back. The beauty, or the best thing about this one, you can play in 4-player with a single Joy-Con each, and things just get crazy. I'd highly suggest, especially if you're looking for a multiplayer game, look at this one. Okay, so next, Regalia of Men and Monarchs. It has a crazy deal right now, 85% off. This one, the average playthrough, you're looking at 30 plus hours, so you're for sure getting your money's worth, and thankfully the gameplay, it's going to keep you locked in. This one, it's a tactical RPG and you're on a quest to take your rightful place on the throne over a fallen kingdom. A surprisingly fun story though. I'm still making my way through this one myself, in fact. But yeah, just tons to do here, from like leveling up your party to pushing the story forward to those moments of combat that can get pretty challenging. You even get to like rebuild your own kingdom. It brings together a few different genres though, but they blend together really well, and I've really enjoyed my time with it personally. I didn't even get it near this price because it's been like sitting in my backlog for ages. But yeah, RPG fans, this one is just a steal. So this one's a bit different now, but the price drop was too big to ignore. I'm going to put it up there. It's not available in the UK, US, EU or AU eShops, which is pretty much what this video is all about. You're going to have to go to the Japanese eShop for this one. The game, NBA 2K20, coming in at 385 yen or 95% off. Just so you can see what an insane price drop this is, I've converted it below. While I'm not a huge fan of the NBA series myself, those of you who are may want to grab a Japanese eShop gift card and head there. I've downloaded it myself. This price I haven't updated since 2K19, so it seemed like the opportune moment. Just be aware it's huge. The file size is like 41.3 gigs, so you may need to free up some space. That does make sense, so I gotta say the visuals are stunning, and overall the reviews that I've read, they just hold it up as one of the best NBA experiences out there. So now, if there ever was a game I was excited for on release, it was this one, Devil May Cry for the Switch. While the first and second are both on sale right now, I think most will be with me when I lean towards the first one as my main recommendation. This is a great price though for an old game, but a classic example of the 3D hack and slash genre, and one you can thank for its influence just across the genre, just like Bayonetta wouldn't exist without this game. Expect insane action though here as you take on the role of Dante, the ultimate devil hunter. Here you'll find yourself on a journey to defeat evil and get revenge. You'll explore, you'll kill, and you'll just basically be an absolute badass. Very few games can capture the magic this one has. Visually as well, I think it still stands up, even if going back into it now, I will say the camera and the controls, they are a little bit dated. That for me though kind of just adds charm. Highly recommended from me, coming in with 40% off. So every week I do add in a game that I'm picking up. I can't recommend it myself, but maybe some of you will want to join me for the ride. This week it's the 10th Lion. It's one of those ones I've been meaning to grab and it just kind of never happened. I'm sure it's happened to you too. This one though, it's an RPG with a twist where it adds like some active timing to its battle systems, and exploration that takes place with 2D platforming. I hear really good things though about this one. The story's supposed to be great, there's supposed to be quite a bit of character development, and just the whole experience generally is pretty highly regarded. I'm excited to check this one out, and with 50% off it seems like a steal for a game that appears to offer like 15 plus hours of gameplay. So mech lovers, while I don't think there's a great selection on the Switch, Astay Breed may be a good little option that will at least give you the visual vibe you're looking for. Here you're piloting a crossbreed, so a mech, and while I would say its closest comparison as gameplay goes would be a shmup, it has this really interesting mechanic where it switches between vertical viewpoints, side-scrolling, and then even on-rail sections. It's not worth coming for the storyline, I'll say that, and it is very short, but with high score systems, multiple difficulty options, there's enough reasons to keep you coming back. I enjoyed it myself, even with the occasional frame rate stutter that it does very rarely suffer from. This one though, 60% off, I'd say it's absolutely worth a look. So next up, platforming fans, Kapoor. This stunning looking game has a sizable 75% off. I only played it myself recently, again after a recommendation. Here though, you'll be taking on 3 forms with different skills. Basically, you're going to make your way through some seriously well-crafted levels, some entertaining boss battles, and a surprising amount of challenge. Fortunately though, with any platformer, it all comes down to how good the controls are, and Kapoor absolutely nails it there. The story, it's kind of throwaway stuff honestly, but it does make for a fascinating world to explore. It's a great price for a well-crafted platforming experience, especially to be honest when there's so many that are less than average on the eShop. So what remains of Edith Finch won't be for everyone, but I must say it truly is a masterpiece of the, yes, walking simulator genre. Occasionally you'll be working out directions and almost like puzzles to find the next location, but I can't mask the fact it's very much a slow burner. This slow burner though won Best Game of 2018 at the BAFTAs, it won Best Narrative at GDC, South by Southwest and the Game Awards. You're coming to this one for the story that's so highly regarded, and I'm pretty confident it will absolutely hook anyone that picks it up. Here you'll basically be exploring the Finch house as you dive into your family's history, and as you take control of each family member, there's only one constant. At the end of every story, the family member dies. It's truly stunning stuff that I urge you to take a look at, especially with 50% off right now. So now my top pick of the week, even if I will admit again, like Edith Finch, it's going to be an acquired taste. I very much fall into the huge fan of it for this one. It's one of my favourite games of 2019. And this game, it's Sayonara Wild Hearts. It's just like this insane hybrid rhythm game. You'll find yourself in this ever-changing world where you're chasing after high scores, finding collectibles, riding motorbikes, driving cars, flying on tarot cards, even riding on the back of wildlife. There's no other game that looks like this one, and as you progress, this stunningly crafted story is accompanied by an absolute masterpiece of a soundtrack. It's short, it comes in at about an hour and a half or so I'd say, but I've found plenty of reasons to return. I think I've ran through it now like 5 or 6 times. If you don't buy this one, at least check out the soundtrack on Spotify. You won't be disappointed with its synthwave goodness. It's not a huge discount, I'll admit. It's actually the smallest on today's list. It's coming in at 25% off. But you know what? This thing was a bargain in the first place. And that's it, another week down. Thanks for all the support recently. Over 1,500 new subscribers is insane in like 4 or 5 weeks. We're continuing to grow out this community though, and I absolutely appreciate every single one of you. Remember to drop a comment below with the last game you picked up, and if you would recommend it to everyone else to win a copy of HUNTDOWN. Thanks to the developers again for that. I'll be announcing the winner on Saturday's video. And yeah, if you're new here, why not hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do. I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.